Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the RubbingsRacing channel, broadcasting live from the planet Earth and representing the voice of RubbingsRacing. I am your host, Kenbo76. Welcome back to Thursday Night Lights. This is our 19th edition of Thursday Night Lights, ladies and gentlemen. That means we've been around for 19 weeks, I believe. We took a couple weeks off there. We're not sure what happened there, but Disco, keeping an eye on Disco McDisco faces. He's coming up through the gully here, up through the cut. Tonight we are at the Bannochbrae Road Circuit here, and there's a little mystery and myth behind this. Takes place in Scotland, kind of like the track and the monster, the myth behind the track and the myth behind the monster. We're not sure if it's true. We've heard that the track is real, but we're not sure. That could be a myth. It could be a legend. We don't know, but we're going to go with it's being fabricated by Project Cars 2, taking place in Scotland around a lake here, which is conspicuous. The guy I was racing with the other day, a lock. It's a lock. I just got corrected. It's a lock. Racing around the lock today, as you can see it coming down the background there. But ladies and gentlemen, we are in the 1972 Ford Escort RS 1600s, and these are an absolute. These are a vintage car. This is pretty much pre-modern era, I would say. There's not a whole lot of things on this car. It's pretty mechanical here, so these guys are going to have a lot of fun trying to wheel these things around and keeping the wheels rubber side down here. A little bit of information about this Ford here. The manufacturer was a Ford Cosworth BDA. It's running a 1.6 liter engine. I got to turn my volume down here because you guys are probably getting an echo. Yes, you are. The spark ignition 4-stroke engine running on gasoline. It had 2 carburetors on this thing originally, and it was naturally aspirated engine. Had 4 cylinders, 4 valves per 4, and its displacement was 15.3, which is 97.8 cubic inches. So not a very big engine in these things here. 113 horsepower is all they had here. The horse was 120 horsepower, so about 120, 125 horsepower is all these little cars are pushing out of here right now. I see Lightblade taking the lead here. Lightblade, one of our regulars here in the RubbingsRacing lead. Good to have him on board tonight. Runs in the GT5. Currently top 5 in standings, I believe, in the GT5 league. If you guys are a fan of him, tune in tomorrow night to watch him race around. Where are we at tomorrow? Silverstone, I believe. Silverstone, yes. We at the Silverstone GT tomorrow night in the GT5 series, taking part at 8 p.m. GMT on the RubbingsRacing channel here. Lightblade, 35 years old, from Swansea. He lives in Wales, the UK. He said he loves to race and he lives to race. He loves all things that are involved and has motors in them. Fan of the F1, Moto, WRC, and the touring car races. He also races in multiple leagues and recently just stepped up into the Mods Marshal role here, so good to have him on board tonight. Currently setting the pace right now to the 236. We heard rumors of 235s in here, and we're going to see. We know the console talked about some 235s here. Let's see where the console's at right now. The console coming across the start-finish line. Looks like he may get a lap time in. Let's see what he has. Probably his out lap here as he comes across the start-finish line. And 11 seconds off the lead, but we're sure that is going to improve here, ladies and gentlemen, as he takes that gold and red Ford Escort. Oh, I'm sorry. I went to the wrong guy. Oh, where'd he go? Well, the console. Back up to 3rd place. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to operate this interface here. The number 75 console here. He's one of the Mods Marshals, also on the board here at RubbingsRacing. Does a lot behind the scenes. Always edits the videos, so you guys, he can bring you. We'll try to bring you guys the absolute best viewing pleasure here. Does a lot behind the scenes as far as the websites go as well. He's 25 years old. He's from Norwich. Lives in the UK as well. A lot of guys here in the UK tonight. We have some Scottish guys as well, I believe. Going through the list here, let's see who we got from Scotland. I believe Disco is from Scotland. We've seen Disco last week, taking it all. Disco, yeah, 33 years old. Where's Disco at on the track right now? Currently 4th place, 8 seconds off of the lead right now, but these guys are coming in on their hot laps right now. Coming across the line, let's keep an eye on Disco here as he crosses the line. Can he improve? It looks like he does. Looks like he does not improve. Coming into turn one here, Disco, 33 years old, our Scottish driver. He said he's been playing Project Cars 2 for 2 years. Favorite class is the GTE, and his favorite corner is the Aqua Mineral at Imola. We know he's pretty fast in the high downforce cars. We've seen him take the win last week. We were a little older last week. 2002 last week we were doing the BMWs around Sugo. If you didn't check it out, go through the archives and check it out. It was an absolutely fantastic race. He ended up taking the win. Last lap drama. Bowie ended up running out of fuel here. And Bowie, we don't see Bowie in here tonight, so I'm not sure if Bowie's going to make it in or not. Sent the invite out. Hopefully he gets... be able to make it in here. Let's see if I can see what's going on there. Anyway, Bowie ended up surrendering, and Disco ended up taking it. So we're right now watching Disco, and currently sitting in 5th place right now. DJ Phil Green also running 9th place in the pits right now. DJ Phil Green, one of our regulars, had a great race last week. Didn't do very well, but always has fun getting out here on the track. He's in that yellow number 93 with the blue checkered roof there. It's pretty cool looking. Some of these liveries on these cars are actually pretty impressive. I think the Project Cars did a really good job with the liveries on this, as well as the track layout with this as being an original track here. Let's go see what Tro's up to here. Tro looks like he's harassing. Not sure who's he's harassing there, but they come around this sharp right-hander here, starting up through the pub corner here, up through this weird chicane. Tro, we guys have met him before. 43 years old. He's also a Welsh driver, also from Swansea. Says he's been playing Project Cars for about 2 years, and Red Bull Ring is his favorite track, and a GTE is his favorite class. He's going to try his hand tonight in this old vintage class here, and these Ford Escorts, the racing series, the RS 1600s here. So these cars are pretty neat. They're a little hard to handle sometimes, but they're fun to throw around this old road course here, and it's going to give you guys a lot of viewing pleasure here. About 3 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. The times are coming in. Looks like the console has improved his time. Lecky right now coming in 3rd. Haven't heard much about Lecky in that orange number 45, black and orange Ford Escort. Lecky also does a lot behind the scenes here. Loves to race these old cars. It does a lot in the Touring Car 2 division there, or Touring Car 1 division, races in that division as well. Doing pretty good this year, not on top of the leaderboards. I'm not sure if Demobi ended up taking it last race. I ended up going to the pits because I wrecked out. But anyway, Lecky's 34 years old from Manchester, England, host of the RRTC Division 2, like we said before. It's a system. He's an IT systems web development and prides himself on driving the car like he stole it. Well, you're going to have to really drive it like you stole it tonight, like as you see him come over that jump, about 10 feet between him and the ground there. Just driving it just like you stole it. Good to see him coming in right now. 2 seconds off the lead right now behind the light blade and the console. We got Murphy coming in tonight. Murphy doesn't really race with us too often. Does a lot behind the scenes as well. I can't name all the stuff Murphy does for Rubbings Racing. Always busy, always cleaning everything up. Murphy's 33 years old, from the UK. He said he's been racing since the days of WRC and Gran Turismo. He prides his driving style on being smooth and progressive, but will take a risk when the opportunity presents itself. He said he prefers the high downforce racing and close quarter action. And tonight, I think he's going to get a lot of close quarter action. We're assuming it's going to be close quarter action here. These cars, they come up on each other pretty good here, but definitely no downforce in these things. These things are like a brick with wheels on them here as we go around this Bannochbrae Road Circus, Road Circus. It may end up what it be, this road circuit here, as you see these guys come across the bridge here, making this right-hander. A lot of these guys like to take the tail end and whip out around here and try to gain some time here. But I'm a firm believer that if you keep the rubber on the road, you're making power, you're going forward. That is always my thinking on it. Let's go down through the list here and see what the other guys are up to. Matty K currently 11th place. Doesn't look like he got a lap time in. Probably had a lot of maybe some DNFs, maybe some contact there. As you see him, you see him come around there. Looks like he gets the console. Matty Cake and the console get together. That's a hard corner coming out. You got to watch that fence. Matty Cake, 46 years old. He said he likes to drive anything that's non-four-wheel drive, so he's doing a good job tonight in this little tiny Ford Escort here. Said he's been sim racing for about 3 years. He said he's been real racing off and on for decades. He says he misses the real feel of the car, but he can handle the affordability of the sim racing versus the real racing. Said he still hasn't figured out how to sim fit or how to race in the pits and the sim racing. So once he gets that figured out, maybe he can get a trademark on it and copyright it. I'm sure it'd sell because I'd buy it. Matty Cake, good to see him out here tonight. Currently running 10 to 25 seconds off the lead, but we know that's probably because of some mishap there. Let's see if he can get another lap in to ride along with. Take a look with him here. A lot of these guys are back into the pits. Ubar back into the pits, 8 seconds off the lead. Disco coming in 9 seconds off the lead. That's surprising from Disco. Disco had a really good race. Really good race last week in the BMW. So look for these guys to come through the field here. 20-minute session, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested in joining what we're doing, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. That'll get you your ticket to some of the cleanest, fastest, friendliest sim racing on the Project Cars system or on a PlayStation Network for Project Cars 2. Always looking for guys, always looking for drivers, looking for cast, looking for broadcasters, and looking for staff. I didn't mean to say cast. We're not looking for actors, although we have enough of them here. We could probably start Rubbings Racing acting. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys. And 2 minutes remaining in this session is keeping an eye on who we riding along with here. Is this Matty Cake? Yeah. Still riding along with Matty Cake here. See if he can improve his time here. Pretty good around the track. Like you said, he's been sim racing for a couple years. Been real racing in some of these cars for a long time. So see him hit the wall there. It doesn't look like that's going to make any kind of improvement. Probably get him up maybe in the top. Well, he is in the top 10. So keeping an eye on the finishing qualifying here. Last guy on the track, Matty Cake. Let's see if he can improve his time here, ladies and gentlemen. Get up towards the front of the track as he comes past the cows. See the cows in the pasture there. Let's get rid of this interface here. And just watch Matty Cake coming down the hill here through this weird kind of corkscrew. See the big mountains in the background. Over in Scotland tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in the Bannochbrae road course in the Ford Escort S1600. You see him come across that big arched bridge here. Coming down the hill. Some guys get on the brakes a little bit. Let's see what Matty Cake does. Looks like he's just going to hammer down. Oh, you hear him on the rev limiter car, bounces around, gets a little sideways. Oh, he holds on to it. What a great control by Matty Cake. Let's see if it all pays off if he come across the line here. Let's keep an eye on the timing. This long right-hander here, you got to watch his fence coming out of here. You got to be careful getting on the grass and watch the fence here. Let's see what he does as Matty Cake finishes up his final lap here, coming down to the start-finish line, past the pit road entrance. Let's see what he can do here, ladies and gentlemen. One last time. And Matty Cake comes across the line, and he does improve, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't see where he went, but he did go up the line. So Lecky with the pole for the Thursday Night Lights, our 19th edition of Thursday Night Lights here at Bannochbrae with the Ford RS 1600 Escort here. Light Blade coming in second. The console round out the top three. You got Felecki coming in behind him. Muff Dog and Tro starting 5th and 6th. Matty Cake, Ubar, Disco, McDisco Face, CMC, F1. Tuggy Bear, Old Smoky, and Lou Roll round out the top 15, 14 guys. Still missing one guy. We sent an invite out to Bowie. Didn't get him in. If we get going here, ladies and gentlemen, for a second race, we'll send another invite out to somebody else in line. So get ready to get go here, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great race. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds to go here in this countdown to start this race here. A 20-minute feature here in our Thursday Night Lights, our 19th edition of our Thursday Night Lights. Checking in on our stream. Jeff Sharp said it's going to be a cracking lap from Lecky. Indeed it was. And, of course, we have Jason Hurley chiming in saying, come on, Blade of Light. So he's looking for Light Blade to get around Lecky. Lecky said a spectacular pole time there. We got about 2 seconds, guys, to get going here. And looks like we're getting ready to go green here. These guys got to be careful coming through this first corner. These things slide around a little bit. We don't need any cars on their roofs. If you guys have reset buttons, you might want to get ready. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen. Lecky looks like he gets out front. Light Blade beside him. We're looking at the rear view here. And now we're looking at him come down the front stretch here. And what a great view. Looks like Lecky gets the lead out front. Light Blade in that blue car. And looks like the console in that gold car. And behind him, all these guys get through the corner here. Let's see if everybody gets through. And everybody successfully gets through there. It looks like very good view here. I'm trying to get rid of this interface. We keep these eye on these guys in the back here as they come up to the second corner here. I know there's a whole bunch of turns. I think Project Cars said there's 25 turns. I don't know how many turns. I couldn't find any research. I couldn't find any information on this. But what a great camera angle here as these guys come through around the lock here up towards the bridge. Keeping an eye on Lecky out front. Separates himself by half a second between Light Blade and the console. Felecki now coming into the picture, and behind him you got Murphy in that white and blue car here. Lecky gets a little bit wide. They got to be careful getting on that guardrail. Oh, nobody gets out there. They get really, really, really close here. See Lecky out front, Lightblade in second to Console. Is he going to make a move here as they come down? Looking at the shot from the chopper here, the overhead shot. What a great view here by these guys in the Ford Escort. You can see the bridge they just came across in the background. Lecky now down into the inside. These guys got to be careful getting off that guardrail. Everybody into the dirt. You see dirt flying. The guys in the rear can't be happy about the dirt blowing off their windshield. Oh, we got a little bit of action going on back through the track here underneath the bridge. Be careful, guys. Looks like we have some kind of caution. Looks like somebody's sitting there on the side. Looks like Tuggy Bear all the way to the back. Not sure. You got to be careful coming around the corner there, Tuggy. There's a guy sitting there. Murphy looks like he gets spun around. That's unfortunate for him. Going to have to get to the back here and hopefully get the race with somebody here in this 20-minute session. Back to the front now. Lightblade taking the lead. Missed that action. Trying to keep an eye as they come up through the chicane here. All three of these guys nose to tail. Lightblade in front. Looks like all that cheering from Jason Hurley says cheering them on here. So Lightblade putting a show on for his fans as they come down through this sidewinder here. I'm not sure what to call it. We'll call it the sidewinder. Lightblade, oh, look, a little bit of contact with Lecky. Lecky has to get off a little bit, and the Console is just back there rubbing his hands together, licking his chops, trying to get side by side with Lightblade. No, thinks twice of it as they come down through the gap here. Let's go back through the field here and see what Disco's up to. Looks like Disco's back to 7th. Not sure what happened to him. May got caught up in a little bit here. Looks like he goes off to the side once again here. Not sure what's going on with Disco. Let's keep an eye on Ubar, the Flying Dutchman, as he comes over. Oh, we got somebody backwards here. Oh, we got a couple guys just came off the jump. Got a guy on his lid. He gets it back together. He's got to be careful. These guys are coming off the jump with a spectacular speed. Not sure who that is. Let's go back here to the lead and see what these guys are up to. You see Falecki now 2 seconds behind these guys coming into the picture as they come across for lap 2 here. 17 minutes remain in this session, ladies and gentlemen. These are the top 3 guys right now. Lightblade, Lecky, and the Console. If they remain in this order, these guys will start from the rear of the pack in the second race here, ladies and gentlemen, with a reverse style feature here. You can hear these little Ford Escorts making all the power they possibly can. About 125 horsepower for these cars. 120 bhp is what the stats said online. So not making a whole lot of horsepower. These little straight inline 4 engines, they're not very, very big, so they're trying to do everything they can with what they have here. As you see Lecky all over the back of Lightblade as they come off the bridge. Lecky makes a move to the inside. What's Lecky gonna do? Takes the lead. What a great move. Lecky now to the front. Looks like the Console's gonna go make it 3 wide. As we keep an eye on these guys from the chopper, from the overhead view here. Here they come. The Console in at 75. Lecky in the 45. And Lightblade in that 52 as these guys come down this long stretch around this long left-hander here. Being mindful of that guardrail, getting out in the dirt, like you see the Console getting all the way out, taking as much as he can. You see Falecki coming into the picture all the way back there in 4th place. Side-by-side action as you have Lightblade and Lecky now fighting for position. This is all happening behind the Console as they come up over the hill there and lose their front end just a little bit. They got to be careful coming through around the mountain here. And oh, what a great move by Lightblade. Just sticks the rear end right in front of the Console, right in front of Lecky here. This is all going on behind the Console. Lecky's trying to make sense of all this, trying to get around here. Started on the pole, had a great lap, great pole lap here. And you see these guys coming through the chicane. Oh, Lecky almost touches that wall to the inside. Great racing by him. Let's go back here and see what Disco and Tro are up to. Oh, looks like every time I go back here and see what these guys are up to, somebody's spinning. Looks like Disco gets through it there in the number 44. Lecky looks like the teammate of Lecky now. Looks like he's coming up on the back of Ubar as these guys come up through the chicane. Let's see what's going to happen here. Let's see if Disco can make anything happen. Our winner from last week's feature, currently right now struggling, taking that position away from Ubar right now in 6th place. This is happening 20 seconds behind the lead, ladies and gentlemen, as we go back to the lead and see what these guys are up to. Oh, a little bit. These guys get upside down. Lecky upside down. Looks like Falecki now coming through. Looks like Lecky's going to get through. And we got to keep an eye on what's going on here. Looks like Disco gets by Ubar. Ubar goes through, and the Console gets wrapped up in that mess there. Oh, that's unfortunate for him. Now running 11 seconds back. Got Matty Cake now taking advantage of that up to 4th place. Matty Cake now doing a great job keeping in touch with these guys. Let's go back here and see what Lecky and Falecki are up to. These guys, this is going to be interesting here. Falecki in that white car, Lecky in that orange car here, ladies and gentlemen. They come around turn 1 past the start-finish line. It's a battle for 2nd place right now. You see Lightblade now 6 seconds out in front on cruise control. Probably going to continue to put that gap out. Has a couple guys of a couple guys out here rooting for him here. Jason Early saying, Light Blade, go on, son. So Jason Early got a fan out there, Light Blade. Keeping an eye on this battle right now. Lecky trying to chase down Felecki as they come across the bridge here. Coming across the stream that feeds into the lock right now. You see Felecki in second place. Lecky to third place as they all got tied together there. The console was the big loser in that one right now. Currently 11 seconds behind these guys. These guys had a bunch of clean racing for a few laps there, but ended up getting tangled together in that section coming off of the jump. It's very tricky sometimes from this overhead shot. You see Lecky now taking an outside away from Felecki in that white car. See if these guys can make it stick side by side as they come underneath the arch here. Start up over the hill. Great view by these guys. Looks like Lecky gets by, takes the advantage away from that white and black car driven by Felecki here. Lecky up to second place. Felecki back to third place. Let's go through the field here and see what's happening. Ubar now back here behind Murphy. Murphy, you've seen him crash all the way to the back of the field, making it back up to 7th place. Good to have him on board tonight. Currently 2 seconds behind Disco right now, about 2.5 seconds behind Disco. Let's see if we can do anything with him, see if we can keep an eye on that battle as these guys heat up here. Back to the leaders, ladies and gentlemen, keeping an eye on Felecki and Lecky right now. You see Lecky putting the gap in between, and that orange car in between him and that white car driven by Felecki here. It's good to have all these guys on board. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody for all your support. If you're interested in joining, like I said before, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk, you can get your ticket to some of the cleanest, fastest sim racing on the PlayStation Network for the Project Cars 2 here. Let's take a look at Tuggy Bear. See what Tuggy Bear's up to. Currently running a minute and 21 off the pace. Not doing a good, not having a good go at it here. Still having fun out here tonight. Tuggy Bear always has good fun out here. 39 years old from Chesterfield. Said he's been around since the A-Spec days. His favorite class is the touring car, or said he hasn't played since the A-Spec days. Yeah, hasn't been around since the A-Spec days. He said his favorite class is the touring car class. His favorite tracks are the Nürburgring and the Red Bull Ring. Said he's a rugby player and also an aerospace engineer. He has a lot of time here on Project Cars 2. Good to have him involved tonight. Currently on the Mods and Marshals board as well. Playing on a Fanatec CSL Elite. Got it over Christmas time. Extremely happy about it here. Having a great time with it tonight. This course does kind of remind you a little bit of the Nürburgring. Not too much, but there's similar things here. You know, a lot of turns, a lot of calculations here, a lot of apexes you got to hit. Let's go here and see what Felecki's now up to. Felecki's now harassing over Lecky here. The gap's about the same, ladies and gentlemen. About a second, a little less than a second here. Let's see if he can do anything. We're seeing him up in the front of the field. I believe that was last week. I'm pretty sure he was up there last week with Richie and them guys, but they ran out of, well, Richie ran out of fuel, and like we said, Disco ended up taking the win. Felecki right now in third place. Hear him dropping a gear, trying to make as much horsepower as he can to get up over that hill there, ladies and gentlemen. Lecky currently in second place. You have the console now coming into the picture in third place. Currently 3 seconds, little under 3 seconds behind these two guys here. I'm sure he's going to try to make up as much time as he possibly can here. At the Bannochbrae circuit here. Bannochbrae circuit tonight in our 19th edition of Thursday Night Lights, ladies and gentlemen. Different car, different track, kind of keeping it retro here. Just showcasing the car, really. The Ford Escort 1972. This is the year before I was even born. I was born in 1976, so this car is about 5 years older than I am. So a lot of history with this car. A lot of epic races with this car here, and I think Project Cars did a really, really good job here as we're keeping an eye on the console. Now, closing up a little bit on Felecki now within 1 second, about one and a half seconds of Felecki here as they come down the hill up over this jump here, and you see both of these guys getting there, electing to take the fast route and the high route through that section of track. The console closing up, or they come over to 3 Arch Bridge there, over the river, as we're going to see what he can do here with Felecki. Catching him a little bit. Lecky, meanwhile, is walking away from these two, trying to put time on Lightblade, but Lightblade is just running out front here. You got Smurfy chiming in, one of Ubar's regulars. Go Ubar, you can do better. Let's see what Ubar's up to. Ubar currently running the 7th place right now, side by side with Murphy as they come through this jump section here. Murphy backs off. Murphy goes around, and Ubar back just a little bit here. Keep an eye on this battle, see what Murphy's up to. Murphy came in the 7th. He started up front towards the front of the pack here. Ended up having a mishap. Got spun around underneath the bridge there going up the hill. Looks like he rebounded up to 7th place, but currently still running 47 seconds off the lead. Really no chance of catching the leaders. Just trying to run laps here and trying to keep some competition. Just experiencing the thrill of the race here, trying to keep these little cars planted on the track here. See these two going at it. Ubar and Muff Dog right now, or Murphy as we call him throughout the league here. Right now this currently is for 7th place. Muff Dog has it. Ubar wants it right now. Let's go. Let's see what's going on for the leader. Looks like something happened to Lecky. Lecky must have had a spin. Let Lecky in the console now catch up to him. This is for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place, ladies and gentlemen. Lecky in 2nd place was putting a little bit of time on Lightblade. Looks like he lost a bunch of time. Must have had a mishap coming off the bridge here. Maybe hit that inside wall. Didn't see what happened here. Let's keep an eye on this battle here as we have 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this session here. The console now all over the back of Felecki here. Let's see if he can do anything with him as he thinks to go side by side, coming around the bend here, around this mountain, and these guys are going to have to get hard on the brakes and kind of turn it in. They got to watch these curves when they turn in here because they're awful slippery and they can turn your car sideways, and they got to be careful coming up through the chicane area too because side by side doesn't work. We know it can work. It has been successful, but the success rate is not good as we see the console poke his nose to the inside. Is he going to try to make a move through this section here, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go. Yes, the console now taking that position away from Felecki, but can Felecki do anything to fight back as they stop the hill and come down the Sidewinder section? This is all allowing Lecky to drive away. The console does make the move up to 3rd place. Lecky now is his next victim as they come across this big high arched bridge back over top of the track. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the area where Murphy had problems underneath this area. We see them guys come flying through the air. See the console and Felecki now. This is the battle for 3rd place. Looks like Lecky has this battle for 2nd place as we hear somebody all over the rev limiter here as they're coming around this section here. Got to get on this braking section through this hard right-hander. Got to be careful of that fence on the outside as these guys come across the line here. Lap 6, ladies and gentlemen, lap 6. There's 6.5 minutes left in this session. Lightblade currently leads the parade around. Let's go see where Lightblade's at. Lightblade just coming out of turn 1 here, coming through the hay bales. Let's see where Lecky's now. Lecky coming through, and you can see the console and Felecki now only 2 seconds behind Lecky in that number 45 orange car with the black wheels. Still got that black wheel superstition here. As you see him come around the corner, all these guys are going to start to tighten up. They put a little bit of time on Lecky right now. Lecky, I don't know if his tires are going away, if these two are just racing really hard behind him. We're keeping an eye on this battle here. Let's ride along with Felecki. Oh, get a little bit of contact back there. Felecki gets spun around. Not sure what happened. Looks like the console might have got in the grass a little bit of contact. That's unfortunate for Felecki. Still running in 4th place, though. It's a long way back to 5th place. We got Matty Cake and Muff Dog now. Let's take an eye at this battle here. Looks like Matty Cake and Tro are in this battle. This is a battle for 6th place right now. Tro, we talked about him earlier. From Swansea, doing a good job on track tonight. We've got Matty Cake around him. You see Tro comes a little bit sideways out around that corner. Great view from him. Let's get rid of the interface here. Matty Cake in that number 14 gold and black, or brown and black Ford Escort, being chased by that white Escort with the stripes on it by Tro here. As these guys come up across the bridge here into this braking zone. In front of them, you can see Murphy coming through. You see Murphy, you see Matty Cake, and you see Tro, all 3 of these guys. Next in line is Ubar. Ubar is coming down right now, and it's a long way back here. We got another 6 seconds or so back to CMC. CMC's coming across the bridge. Haven't heard much from him tonight. Good to have Lou Roll on tonight. We haven't heard much from Lou Roll. Say he really likes racing these tracks. We were doing some funky tracks with these cars earlier in the week. We were all having a pretty good time. It was a lot of fun here. Lou Roll, I believe he plays on a controller, but he's one of our younger guys, and good to have him on track tonight. I thought I had some information on him, but I guess I don't. Thought I did, but anyway, good to have him on board tonight. Running 10th place currently, about 1 minute and 34 down. Tuggy's all the way in the back here. Old Smokey running currently 12th, just logging laps. Good to have these guys joining in for Thursday Night Lights. good to have these cars. They don't have the visual damage on here because the cars are just so cool to look at as they come around the tracks here. The paint schemes are really cool. It's just really about appreciating the car here. Let's go see what happened between Felecki and the console. Looks like the console coming around the corner there. Where's Felecki at? Felecki currently 10 seconds behind him now. You see him coming through the jump section. And a long way back here to this battle here. But let's go here and see what these three guys are up to. Look at these three suspects as they come across back over the track. On top of the track, you can see the lock in the background there, ladies and gentlemen. You see Murphy, Matty Cake, and Tro in that number 19 car with a blue and red stripe on it. These guys are coming across that big jump here and then back across the river. Let's see what this is going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen. This battle is for 5th place. This is the top 5 spot here. Currently, Murphy has it. And we see Tro make the move to go around Matty Cake. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe Matty Cake just decided to let him go by. This is kind of a tricky section to pass right there. It's kind of tricky to go around by yourself. But it looks like these guys got it sorted out. Murphy currently in 5th, Tro in 6th, and Matty Cake in 7th right now. This is the battle on track, ladies and gentlemen. You see Matty Cake get into the guardrail a little bit, lose a little bit of time, but we think we can get it back. Let's get rid of the interface here and look at these guys here. JR Sim Racing coming in saying, doing a grand job, Kenbo. Thank you, JR, but these guys are doing a better job on track. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Jason Hurley chiming in saying, the blade of light turning into a ray of sunshine. He sure is, ladies and gentlemen. Currently setting the pace, 8 seconds out in front of Lecky. Not sure what happened, if Lecky's just gaining time. Lightblade's huge shout out to his number 1 fan. Lightblade, we're hearing reports from his camp, but a huge shout out to his number 1 fan, Jason Hurley, as we're keeping an eye on this battle right here between Murphy and Tro now. This is a battle for 5th place. Looks like Tro's going to try to contest it and take it away from Murphy. Let's get rid of this interface here. As you see Murphy in that blue and white 48, and you see Tro in that number 19 red, white, and blue Ford Escort as these guys come across and down towards this long left-hander here. Being careful of that guardrail like we talked about. Both of these guys doing a great job staying out of the dirt. You hear Matty Cake coming in the background there. Don't know if he's got enough to keep up with these two here, but these two guys are going to put on a battle for 5th place. This is all for bragging rights, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday Night Lights is all for fun. It's all for bragging rights. See who goes fastest on the weirdest car with the weirdest track. And there's no championship points involved. We do have the rankings on in the lobby, so you will gain some points. You will lose a little bit of points, but these guys are good enough to get it back within the communities here. So it's all really, like I said, about bragging rights and just having fun, you know, just exploring the game itself, you know, doing things you normally wouldn't do and just having fun. Some guys get, you know, join in the higher fast cars. Some guys join in the slower cars, and it's just a great event we've put together for the community. So it's great to have everybody on board. Keeping an eye on this battle right now between Murphy and Tro. Let's go back here and see what's going on for the battle for the lead. Not sure what happened to Lightblade. He was so far out in front, I didn't think I had to worry about him. But no, ladies and gentlemen, 56 seconds remain in this section. And this looks like this may be the battle for the lead. Looks like Lightblade might have got the number 1 fan curse. Jason Hurley may need to be quiet for just a second, as Lightblade needs to fend off a hard charging Lecky now in that orange and black 45 Ford Escort RS 1600. 1972 is the year, ladies and gentlemen. Disco, or not disco, Lightblade out in that blue and white one. Uh-oh, let's see what's here. Let's see what's going on here, man. Let's see what's going on here. As these guys come off of the bridge, Lecky trying to make a move to the inside, going to the chopper shot. What's going on from the chopper here? You see the separation between Lightblade and Lecky as they come across the coastline here along the lock. If you look hard enough, ladies and gentlemen, you may be able to spot a mythical beast out there in the lock. We're not sure. We've heard rumors. Lecky trying to do everything he can. The legend and the myth himself doesn't look like he's going to make up too much time doing stuff like that. Oh no, Lecky goes around. Who is in behind him? Felecki's 22 seconds behind him. Looks like Felecki's not going to make it there in time. Lecky gets it going. No, Lecky's trying. He's still underneath the bridge. You got to be careful for Lecky coming up around the bridge. Lecky is just getting it going. You see Felecki coming through, and you see the console in behind him. Let's see what Lecky's up to. Just going through the gears. Looks like Felecki's closing in on him as he comes across the paint here, up over top of the bridge here, and see what's going to happen. Lightblade, meanwhile, takes well control of the race here as he comes up over top of the hill. past the pasture here. Keep an eye on him, but we want to see what's going to go happen here with this battle for second place right now. Looks like the console's not going to be able to join in here. Looks like Lecky was able to get it back together, and for Lecky not able to get close enough. Take a ride aboard with Lightblade one final time as he comes back across the track over the bridge here, the Big Arch Bridge, down the hill, using everything he possibly can in that little Ford Escort, all 125 horsepower. High into the air, you see him land hard on the suspensions. Got to get hard on the brakes here a little bit. Turn that back end in over the scenery here, over the bridge. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time. Here comes Lightblade, our Thursday Night Lights, number 19th edition of our Thursday Night Lights. From his fans on the stream, great job by Lightblade. Congratulations to him as he comes across. Happen right now. Here's the battle for second place. Lecky looks like he's comfortable. And for Lecky to do anything to make it up, looks like he's going to take up everything he can all the way out to the fence line, but not close enough. Not enough horsepower. Maybe if he had a hatch in the floor and put his foot out there like Freddie Flintstone, maybe he'd have got a couple more horsepower, but not able to catch him. Lecky coming across second. Lecky coming across third. The console having a mishap there early in the race in that number 75. Coming across in fourth place. Murphy having a great recovery, back to fifth place, 38 seconds behind the lead. You see Tro in behind him. These guys were battling pretty good as they came across the line here. You see Tro coming across in sixth place, our driver from Swansea. Got about another 10 seconds back to Matty Cake. Matty Cake going back up through the gears. Looks like he's been having a hard time throughout that corner, and I got to make some adjustments in the intermission here, maybe try to get that thing around. It'll be twice the laps. It'll be 18 laps, ladies and gentlemen. This feature will be 18 laps with a mandatory pit stop. Mechanical damages on. And these guys are going to have a lot of fun here. See Matty Cake come across the line. CMC coming in across him. Cool down lap is on, guys. You got to be careful. Ubar coming across the jump here. A Flying Dutchman flying once again. Gets into the fence. Able to go. Is he able to hold on to it? Yes. Able to keep it down. Able to keep it pointed straight here. You see him coming across here. All the way back to Lou Rolls, about 20 seconds behind him, and then Tuggy Bear coming in behind him. Old Smokey looks like he's going to be a lap down. Not sure if he's going to be able to make it back to the line, but we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank everybody for all of your comments. Thank you guys for voting for your favorite driver. Jason Early says, top man, Lightblade. Keep it going in the second race, brother. Good job, Lightblade. So Disco McDisco Face chiming in and said he's gonna go get into the stewards. So they're gonna hire a little bit from Disco later on in this race here. So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Our feature race is coming up here. Where's Lou Roll coming? Lou Roll coming across in 10th place. To see Ubar coming in 9th there. Tuggy Bear coming in 11th, and Old Smokey still coming way back here, coming down in at number 94 with the yellow and green checkers on the roof. Another really cool retro livery. As you can see, I can't believe the suspensions. I can't believe the springs don't go through the hood or the bonnet on these things. As hard as they hit coming down that hill. Great camera work, great angles from Project Cars 2 on this track, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're enjoying it. If you're not, I'm sorry. If you are, stay tuned. We're going to have an 18-lap feature. A lot of just what you're seeing here. Going to have a mandatory pit stop in the next one, so these guys are going to try to sort it out and get it all figured out here. Let's see what we can get going here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned. We will be back in a few minutes. Call it as we see it. It's a good place to get up over the hill here, I believe. And looks like they got in the back here. So at any time Old Smokey wants to go to the Speedo here. At any time he wants to. Ready, guys? In 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. And we are green, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 1 out of 18. Beginning here, and let's take a look at all these guys getting under the bridge and starting up over the hill. We normally do a customary lap, but because the track's so long, we just kind of got everybody wound up. Nose to tail action here. These guys start off. Looks like a couple guys get together there. Not sure who that was. Looks like it might have been Murphy. Looks like he got by. Looks like that was Murphy. Some of these guys hitting the fence. Oh, got a little bit of chaos here. These guys need to be careful getting off the fence, tiptoeing around each other as they come around through this corner here. Not sure who's in that number 11. Somebody got spun around there. Not sure who that is. They got to be careful coming through that section. Looks like Tro got wrapped up around there, and CMC all the way to the back. It's unfortunate for these guys. Old Smokey still leading this pack around. You got Lou Roll to second place. You got Tuggy Bear right around in the back of the pack in the first race, up in the front of the pack here. Good thing about these cars is they're all pretty much equally matched. It's all down to driver's skills. You see Tuggy Bear get sideways, catches it there. Up to third place, Matty Cake to fourth place, and now you got Murphy back to fifth place where he finished. Let's see what these guys coming through. Who's coming through now? You got Falecki coming through. You have the Console coming over the hill. You got Disco up to eighth. Ubar in ninth. Lightblade in behind him. Our finisher here. And that's your top 10, ladies and gentlemen. All these guys still running in a couple seconds of each other. Let's get back to the front. Old Smokey doing a great job leading everybody around. Mandatory pit stop in this one, ladies and gentlemen. They got to be careful on these good tires that the grip's going to go away here. Track temperature is 100 degrees Fahrenheit and it's 66 degrees outside is the ambient temperatures. You see the whole line of cars come down. Old Smokey takes this and go down in the book as leading the first lap here, or the second lap, starting the second lap here. Old Smokey the leader. Tuggy Bear up to second place. Good to see him running. Tuggy Bear in this mix of Fords right now. They got to be careful. Side by side, you see Matty Cake and Muff Dog side by side action coming through there. Great action. And now these guys go around that yellow car. Not sure who the yellow car is. That might be DJ Phil. Is that DJ Phil all the way in the back? Looks like, no, it's not DJ Phil. Not sure who that is there. Let's get back to the lead here. You see Tuggy Bear taking over the lead now. Matty Cake, what's going on with Matty Cake? Seen him get a little sideways, able to save it. Up to second. Old Smokey now taking back to third place. That's who that was. That was Old Smokey losing 2 positions now. We got Lou Roll coming behind him and the Console creeping back into the picture. Coming off of the bridge, ladies and gentlemen, we see Lou Roll in that white and black number 10 in the mix now to fourth and taking a ride on the chopper here. Let's go to the interface. I'll go to the chopper here. Keeping an eye on Lou Roll, losing a position to the Console on that red and gold number 75. These guys come along the lock here. It's coming along the shoreline, up across the back. This is where they started, up past under the bridge here. And Lou Roll doing a good job back there, getting that thing sideways, trying to hang on to it. Let's go back through the field here and see what these other guys are up to. Aussie Albie, late entry tonight. Signed up late or earlier there. He was in the overflow, so good to have him in here tonight. Aussie Albie, late entry. Seen him last week showing up in the race at Sugo in the BMWs. Had a great time last week. Said he really enjoyed it. Wanted to get in tonight. So right now it looks like he's all over the back of Disco. Let's see if he can do anything with Disco. Both of these guys really fast at this track. I have a lot of fun here in these Ford Escorts. Really both clean and respectful drivers here. This is going to be a great battle right now. This is going on for 8th place. Disco in 8th right now, and Aussie Albie in 9th. Let's go back here and see what Tro's up to. Tro and Ubar side by side as these guys are fighting here. Jeff Sharp saying, go Tuggy. Smurfy chiming in once again for his favorite fan, Ubar. Go Ubar, good luck to all. Jeff Sharp saying good luck to everybody. So got some fans out there chiming in. Thank you guys for tuning in to the viewers, or thank you guys for tuning into the stream. You are the viewers tuning into the stream. We guys appreciate it. If you're just tuning in, we are at Bannochbrae Road Course and in the 1972 Ford. We're not sure what's going on there. Looks like Console and Matty Cake get wrapped up. Let's go see what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like the Console's stuck underneath, and looks like Matty Cake up in the air. Look at a big bunch of carnage going on here. It looks like Disco gets wrapped up. Somebody's caught on the fence there. It looks like Matty Cake's caught on the fence. Guys, got to be careful coming down around the bridge here off of the jump. A lot of guys coming across there. It looks like Matty Cake had to disconnect. Still stuck on the fence there. It's pretty bizarre if we got to take a look at it here. Everybody's still trying to get going. Not sure what's going on through there. Meanwhile, Tuggy Bear out in front, taking a lead. Good to see him racing out front tonight. See if he can take this feature win. Did right around towards the back there. Had pretty good lap times, but right now is feeling the pressure of this whole entire field. Currently 4 seconds in behind him. Getting around Lou Roll and Old Smokey. See Old Smokey come blowing around that corner. Lightblade taking the inside away from Old Smokey. As we see Old Smokey continue to lose spots here. Started on the front row, finished in the back of the pack, started on the front row here. And looks like going back through the pack, Lightblade, our sprint series winner, now up to third place, 4 seconds behind Tuggy Bear, and currently 1 second behind Lou Roll. So let's see if Lightblade can do anything with these guys. We know that the engine damage is on, so if the engine damage gets above 65%, we're getting reports that the engines are going to overcook, and it's past the point of no return. So these guys got to keep an eye on their engine damage. How they run their tape, we're not sure. Looks like Lightblade might have her taped up a little bit because he's setting some pretty good times right now. 2:39.9 last time by. That's fastest of anybody. Oh no, 238 was Lecky last time by. Let's go see what Lecky's up to. Looks like he's involved in a battle right now. Currently running 9th place. Seen the console is out in front of him currently by about 7 seconds. And see what the console's up to now. The console and Lecky are now going at it. You've seen the console get wrapped up side by side with Matty Cake there. Sure, that was just a racing incident. Matty Cake looks like he froze up, had to leave the room here. That's unfortunate, but it happens here. That's all part of the experience, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't lag out, you've never raced. Keeping an eye on this battle right now for 7th place. Felecki has it. The console wants it as they come around this left-hand corner. Start up the hill. You can hear the Ford Escorts trying to make as much power as they possibly can as they come up through this chicane here. We like to call it the pub. Everybody coming through the pub. There ain't no stopping today, though. These guys are in a hurry to get to the finish line first. Maybe they can go to the pub after the race here. Let's see what's going here with Lightblade and Lou Roll. Got a little battle happening here. Looks like Lou Roll... Lightblade, not sure what's going on with Lightblade here. Can't even find him on the screen. Looks like he may have got spun around. Not sure. Can hear him winding it back up. Back to 5th place. Unfortunate for Lightblade, our sprint race winner. Currently right now under attack by Tro. Let's see if Tro can do anything with Lightblade as they come across the jump section of the track and down this right. Battle going on earlier with Matty Cake and then also with he now gets a little upset. Oh no! To the fence, loses more time here. Well, let's go here and see what Murphy now taking 2nd place here. My mic's going out. So it ain't better. A little bit of audio issues there, ladies and gentlemen. It said my mic was cutting out. I do apologize for that. I'm not sure why that's happening. Anyway, back to the action. You see Muff Dog currently right now in 2nd place. Currently 8 seconds behind Tuggy Bear. Tuggy Bear in command of this race right now. Good to see him out front. Normally he's riding around towards the back of the pack, but was able to start out front, having a bad race in his first feature there, or in the sprint feature. Starting all the way in the back, gets that advantage out front. He's got that clean air and nobody behind him. So Dougie Bear doing a great job right now out front. See if he can hold it together. We know the pit stops are going to be crucial here at this track. They can be pretty quick. It's really not a fast or a long pit lane. So he'd probably be out of there in about 18 seconds, I'd imagine. So going to be pretty crucial here. Let's go. Let's look at this mess right here. We got Lou Roll, the console, Lightblade, and Felecki. All these guys. This is a hornet's nest as they come underneath the bridge and start up. Looks like Felecki's going to go back to the back of the pack here. Or no, who is that? That's Lou Roll goes to the back and lets these guys go by as we see the console and Lightblade go by. And these guys are chasing Felecki now. Felecki up to 4th place. And this is all happening 18 seconds behind our leader, Tuggy Bear. Tuggy Bear is now in control of this race here. And let's keep an eye on this. You see the console, Lightblade, and Lou Roll now. Felecki's in the white car out in front. And we're going to keep an eye on this battle here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get rid of this interface. The console in that red and gold car. You got Lightblade in the blue and white car. And you have Lou Roll in that white and black number 10 Ford Escort, ladies and gentlemen, as they come across the pasture, the cow pasture, and start down over the hill here. Great view by these guys, but let's go here to the battle and see what these guys are up to here. Let's see what Lightblade's going to do with the console. We've seen the Lightblade earlier. We've seen him win the sprint race. He's been pretty fast. He's another driver that also runs in the GT5 series. If you guys are interested in checking out Lightblade and what he does within RubbingsRacing, he also takes place in the GT5 series. Running top 5 in the points right now. Don't think he's going to be able to clinch the series. It's pretty good up front right now. The console is currently leading the series. So it's been an absolutely great race watching these guys. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. GMT time, ladies and gentlemen. 8 p.m. GMT. The Ginetta GT5 European Cup Challenge will be heading off to Silverstone GP. It's going to be absolutely great. A lot of homeboys there. It's a European track. He's in the UK there. A lot of these guys are from the UK. So going to have a great race there tomorrow night. Saturday nights we do the LMP2 series with Ubar. Host that room, host that lobby. They have a great battle going on over there. There's a lot of chatter and a lot of talk between them high downforce guys. A lot of pride on the line here. Keeping an eye on this battle here as we see the console and Lightblade almost side by side as they come up towards this right-hander. Sunday mornings we do the Formula Renaults. That's a new series we're trying this season. Trying to find a good time spot for it. So the Formula Renaults, they are Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock. Experimental League, we don't broadcast that one at all. We're trying to see how it's going, but very popular right now. Lots of guys waiting in line to try to get in there. Sunday evenings, 8 p.m. GM time. We also do the GT3, and we see Lightblade take the position away from the console here as we're riding on the chopper cam here, watching the overhead view. Kind of like Isle of Man. Kind of reminds me of the Isle of Man view here. It's pretty cool, man. But you see now Lightblade up to 4th place now. Next victim is Tro. Not sure what happened to Felecki. Felecki may have, looks like he might have wiped out there. Missed that on action. I was watching the action between these other two guys. Let's see what Lecky's up to. Lecky up to 7th place. Currently getting around Lou Roll. Lou Roll going backwards in a hurry. Needs to figure something out with that setup there, ladies and gentlemen. Lecky, good to have him up to 7th place. We got the console and Lightblade now. This battle was heating up. Lightblade contested it, took it away from the console, but the console may be saving his motor a little bit for later on in the end of the race when it's time to put it down. 18 laps in this session, ladies and gentlemen. 5 laps through this session. A little more than halfway to go here. Now we're taking a look at these Ford Escort, the 1972 Ford Escort S1600. Great little car, man. Great little car. It's a cool track provided by Project Cars 2 over in Scotland. This is a Scottish track, takes place in Scotland, and it's going to be, or it's an absolutely beautiful track with absolutely beautiful cars. And like we said, it's only a 1.6 liter engine, so it's only 1600 cc's, ladies and gentlemen. So it's really not that big. I've had motorcycles bigger than these little cars, so. But it looks like they're having fun racing them around here, keeping an eye on the console. Let's go up here and see what Tuggy Bear's up to. Looks like Murphy now, within 1 second, looks like Tuggy Bear into the pits, and Murphy now takes over the lead. Tro 7 seconds behind the lead. Where's Tro at? Tro's coming by the pit stall. And we got Lightblade now coming up behind Tro to take 3rd place to try to contest that podium spot away from Tro. Tro doing a really good job here, keeping up with the leaders here. Matty Cake chiming in said, I overtook Tuggy on the jump. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, you were stuck on the thing here. If you go back through the stream here. Bowie chiming in, Ken, totally forgot. That's all right, man. This is the 2nd race, Bowie. 2nd race, buddy. We sent you an invite. Kind of figured you were on the track doing real racing, so we'll get you in next week. You guys, hopefully we can get him in tomorrow night, too. He also races in the GT5 League. Good to have him chiming in. Always fun to watch him on track. He's been in the spotlight a few times Thursday Night Lights as we're keeping an eye on this 3rd place battle right now. 2nd place battle right now. Looks like Tro's in 2nd place. Currently 7 seconds behind Murphy. We've seen Tuggy Bear give up the lead. Tuggy Bear now back on track. 21 seconds behind these guys right now. So assuming these guys haven't pitted, because Tuggy has been out in front of these guys the entire race. Right before he went into the pits, looks like Murphy was about 1 second behind him, but we're not sure if that was because Tuggy was anticipating the pit stall or not. But right now we got a battle for 2nd place. Tro has it. Lightblade wants it, ladies and gentlemen. These guys come up over the hill here. They lose a little bit of the front end, so they got to kind of point the car in the right direction so they don't end up in the dirt. Side-by-side action. Lightblade going to the inside. Tro to the outside. Tro's got to be careful staying off the fence. Ooh, he gets into the fence just a little bit. That's a hard section to come through. Tro swerving a little bit, not able to make it stick. Good move by Lightblade to get it through there. Tro just unable to handle his car. That's unfortunate for him riding there. Still in that 3rd position, though, doing a great job. And now it looks like Felecki takes that position away from Tro. Felecki now up to 3rd place. Seeing him battling in the sprint race, having a great race in the sprint race. Now back up to 3rd place. But no, these guys haven't pitted yet. They're going to have to keep an eye on their engine damage and see what they're going to do here as far as making up any times in the pits. Murphy currently our leader right now. 7 seconds out in front of Lightblade. Lightblade took that position away from Tro a couple seconds ago. You've seen that. See him getting some airtime there. Looks like the general lead jumping up over that bridge there. Coming down to the bridge, Lightblade currently in 2nd place. You got DJ Phil into the pits. Haven't mentioned much about DJ Phil. DJ Phil's one of our regulars, likes to show up just to have a good time. I like racing alongside DJ Phil. He's always good to have on track. DJ Phil, let's go see where his bio is here. Taking a look at DJ Phil Green, 33 years old. He's a British driver. He said he loves Silverstone and his car. Love is the BMW. Said he wants to own a Volkswagen Beetle someday, and he loves watching the Formula the Formula One GP on the TV and a British Touring Car Championship. So DJ Phil, good to have him on board tonight. Does a lot of work for his radio station, and good to have him on board. Saren Radio, guys. Saren Radio, if you're interested, it's a great volunteer radio station. Checked it out myself. I was jamming in the house, man, doing some project cars racing with these guys. It was really a lot of fun. So big shout out to DJ Phil taking time out of his busy schedule here and volunteering his time with us tonight here at Project Cars 2. Thank you, DJ Phil, for showing up. Let's go back here to this battle here, and let's see what Murphy and Lecky are up to. These two guys here, looks like Lecky gets around Murphy. Not sure what's going on with this battle here. Let's get rid of this interface and see what these guys are going to be up to. Murphy in that blue and white number 48. And Lecky now looks like he's coming up on Felecki. This looks like it's going to be a battle for third place. Third place, DJ Phil, you have somebody faster coming up on top of you, buddy. I think, yeah, looks like it. We're not sure. Let's get back to the battle here and see what's going on right now in the chopper, ladies and gentlemen. Taking a look at this overhead cam, you see Lecky chasing Felecki one more time, like we've seen in the feature race or the sprint race. And you see Murphy now back and behind these two here. You see Lecky get a little bit sideways, but able to handle that 125 horsepower coming out of this 1.6 liter inline 4 Ford Escort, ladies and gentlemen. The raw horsepower is too intimidating for Lecky as he's now being contested by Murphy side by side as these guys come around the corner. Can Lecky keep it off of there? Or can Murphy keep it off of the wall? He does a great job. This is all happening behind Felecki. And now Murphy takes the position back away from Lecky as these guys come up around the left-hander, start up towards the chicane here, up over towards the top of the track, up over top of this overlook. You can see the lock in the background, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know what's going on with Lecky. Put the hammer down there for a little bit, made up some time, got to let his engine cool down maybe. We do know that mechanical damage is on right now. This battle is for fourth and fifth place between these two, but Felecki right now is in that final podium position in third spot in that black and white car there, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be a good race on track right now. Let's see where our leader, well, not our leader, let's see where Tuggy Bear is. Tuggy Bear is coming across the top of the track in behind these guys here, so keep an eye on the leaders. We're keeping an eye on these guys here, all three of these guys leaving the planet Earth and then returning one more time, keeping it under control. See all three of these guys come across the bridge. Lecky back to fifth place, Murphy to fourth, and Felecki to second. The guys, pit stops are coming up here. Lap 7 out of 18, ladies and gentlemen. To see somebody go around there, not sure who that was. That's unfortunate for them. Looks like, I thought maybe that was Aussie, but you see Aussie Albie now. Looks like he's on the heels of Ubar. Going to keep an eye on this battle as well. But let's go back here and see what these guys are up to. Lightblade takes pills off of this battle and goes into the pits. No, Lightblade now out of the pits. And what's going on with Felecki and Lecky? Lecky now into the pits. That's who it was. Lecky into the pits as Lightblade comes out behind Murphy and Felecki. Lightblade going up through the gears. You can see Murphy and Felecki now coming through the picture as these guys are going up through the cut side by side, almost all the way out to the barrier. Great view as these guys come sliding by. Murphy in that number 48, and you got Felecki in that number 10 black and white Ford Escort, and you can hear, not seeing the picture, oh there he is, Lightblade coming in the picture, way behind them guys, about 3 seconds behind these guys. These guys come around the corner, up across the bridge, over across the river. Spectacular view as these Ford Escorts hard on the brakes here, going to slide it into the corner. This is great close quarter racing by these vintage cars here at Bannochbrae Road Circus, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday Night Lights, this is our 19th edition of Thursday Night Lights. So proud of what it's become and so proud of all the hard work that goes into Thursday Night Lights here. If you guys want to get involved, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk as we see Aussie now get around Albie. You see Aussie in that that green number 77. Looks like Ubar's in the 78. Teammates here, they got to be careful around each other in these Ford Escorts here. Back to the lead here. You got Muffy. You got Murphy and Felecki now coming down the hill through the cut. Let's see what they can do anything with each other. And let's see where these pit stops are going to start coming out here. Lecky took his pit stop, came out of the pits now, riding along in the chopper cam. We see him going along the coastline here. Let's see where his next victim is. We got Tuggy about 10 seconds in front of him, and you got Aussie way out in back, but we're not sure if Aussie pitted or not. As you see Lecky come underneath the giant stone arch bridge. Great job by Project Cars 2 by fabricating this track here. Let's go back here, side-by-side action. He sees guys come down the sideline here. Looks like Felecki takes it away from Murphy. Let's see if Murphy can fight back to the inside. He does, side-by-side across the bridge. You can see the guys on the sailboats waving as they come across the bridge here. Murphy back to the lead. Felecki back in, or not back to the lead, I'm sorry, Murphy back to second place. Felecki to third place there as both of these guys leave the planet one more time, coming down towards the bridge here. Now these guys are climbing on top of Tro. You've seen Tro coming across the bridge. Tro has inherited the lead now, not taking a pit stop, but let's see what Tro's going to do with this pressure coming in behind him. I'll keep an eye on this battle here, ladies and gentlemen. Murphy in that blue and white 48, Felecki in that black and white 10 Ford Escort as they come across the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 8 out of 18, or lap 9 out of 18, ladies and gentlemen. Halfway point. Halfway through, I want to take this time to thank everybody for being involved and participating in Thursday Night Lights. I want to take time for everybody who has taken time out of their personal time to volunteer for everything that goes on behind the scenes here at Rubbings Racing. You know who you are. There's too many of you to name, and I'll probably forget somebody and offend somebody. So thank you guys. Thank you all the racers for taking time out of your busy time or out of your busy lives with your families and your girlfriends and your friends and everything for supporting us here at Rubbings Racing. If you want to get involved, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. Right now we're going to take a ride along with, let's go with Murphy here. Haven't done any ride-alongs. Let's go with Murphy here. Murphy doing a pretty good job between him and Felecki. And right now, as you see him come out of the corner, and ladies and gentlemen, the commentator curse strikes again. Let's ride along with, yeah, we'll keep it along with Murphy here. Murphy, you see, he hits the wall, comes in behind Felecki here, and now you can hear him going through the gears. Let's get rid of this interface. Well, we'll put the speedometer on here for you. Oh yeah, we'll keep the speedometer on. Oh, you really can't see, but up to third gear. There's only 4 gears in this car, and you can hear all the horsepower they're making, keeping it in the red line zone, trying to make as much horsepower, all 120 horsepower, as these guys come up over top of the hill and then down the other side. This is a tricky section here. Looks a lot different from the outside track, but you can see you got to try to hug everything. You can see Felecki get all the way out wide and see if Murphy can try to capitalize anything on it. Goes way out wide and almost gets sideways. Got to be careful touching them curbs coming through that section as they come up through the chicane area. Very tricky, very narrow entrance and a wide entrance, but if you miss it wrong, you'll end up in the grass right here. This is another tricky section. This left-hander on top of the ridge here. You can see him come through. Does a great job. You see Felecki get into the dirt. Loses a little bit of time. Looks like Murphy's going to be able to do something with him here. Down the hill, they're going to have to hard on the brakes here and then swerve it back to the right, switching that weight back and forth, up onto the sidewalk a little bit, scraping the mirror off. Not sure what we're going to see. We see Tro now. What happened to Tro? Tro gets sideways. As you see now, Felecki inherits the lead. Murphy now in behind him. Seen Tro parked it alongside the bridge there before the jump. Be careful coming down the hill. Tro was trying to get it going there. You see him leave the ground, then drop a gear back over the bridge. And right now they're coming in this hard section right here. You got to get on the brake. You see it says slow on the road, and they mean it, because you can get all the way to the outside and hit that bridge or hit that fence post right there. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, it is very unforgiving on this race. Back to the start-finish line for lap number 10. Riding along with Murphy right now, chasing Felecki. Felecki took it away as soon as we went on board with Murphy as he came across the bridge. Some guys lift here. You see Murphy lift just a little bit, get all the way out of the dirt. Oh, and just gets into the guardrail a little bit, loses a little bit of time. And let's go back here and see what Lightblade's going to do. Lightblade's watching all this happen. Lightblade's going to make up all kind of time. We're going to finish our lap on board with Lightblade, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody in the mirror on Lightblade's side, but this is the battle right now for third place. Lightblade has pitted, so Lightblade is chomping at the bit, trying to get around these guys because he knows he's going to inherit the lead. And we're not sure where Tuggy Bear's at. I just want to give a bird's eye view here, and let's take a look to see what Lightblade's going to do right now. Is he going to try to make a move to the inside? A little late on the brakes there. Late on the entrance. Looks like he goes for the wide approach and sticks it to the inside. You can hear it on the rev limiter as the tires lose traction, trying to do everything he possibly can to get around that blue and white Ford. Side-by-side action, ladies and gentlemen, as they come down the shoreline here. Here they come side-by-side. You can see them in the mirror. They almost touch. Let's go back trackside and see what this action is here, ladies and gentlemen. Here they come up around the corner, side-by-side. Lightblade takes the position away from Murphy. Oh, Murphy hits the wall and just eats it. Unfortunate for him. Be careful coming under the stone bridge, guys. Murphy has spun it. You got the console coming up the console. You need to be careful. And Lecky, no, Lecky's way off the pace here. Lecky all the way back, 34 seconds behind. Looks like the console safely gets around him. Murphy back to 4th place. Unfortunate for him. So, gonna have to try to regather it and get it all back together. Let's go to the YouTube stream here and see what's going here. Let's see here. Let's see. It's guys just chiming in, thinking what they think about the race here. Matty said he changed his setup. Wrong thing to do there. He said he's a little annoyed with himself. So that's to be expected. It happens. Trying to make the car better. Sometimes it goes the wrong way. Felecki out in front now, in command. Currently 5 seconds out in front of Lightblade. And it's another 12 seconds back to the console right now. Murphy was riding in 2nd place, fighting with the console, but just lost it as they were side by side. So keeping an eye on Felecki as he comes over across the moon jump there as these guys leave planet Earth. He comes across the bridge. You know, some of these guys do have to start pitting. Where's Tuggy Bear at? Tuggy Bear 43 seconds behind everybody. Don't think he's going to get the lead back here as Lightblade is in position right now to take that lead. You can see Lightblade coming around that left or that right-hander we were talking about. You got to be careful not to get in that fence post there because they are very unforgiving, as we've seen Murphy do earlier getting to that fence post. They just don't bend, ladies and gentlemen. They just do not bend at all. Currently right now watching Lightblade, 2nd place, our sprint series winner, doing it in style. Lightblade having a great run in the first one. Looks like he's doing really well here in our feature race. Currently 2nd place, 5 seconds behind Felecki. Felecki currently running out front as we see him come through the cut. And this right-hander is going to be making this left-hander to come up across the bridge here, ladies and gentlemen. That's a little tricky. Some of the guys get on the dirt. You got to be careful, especially the driver's side being on the passenger side. Well, on the right side, I guess. It's a little hard to judge for sometimes if you're not used to that kind of driving. Let's go back here and see what Aussie Albie's up to. Good to have him on board tonight. We've seen him back racing with what looks like his teammate right now, all over the back of Ubar. Let's keep an eye on this battle here, ladies and gentlemen. Close side-by-side action as they come down through the Sidewinder. Ubar in front. And right now, Albie in behind him, trying to get the numbers on the car. He got the number 78 and the number 77. Albie in that 77, Ubar in that 78. Ubar's got some fans on the stream tonight, always chiming in, rooting for their favorite driver here in the Rubbings Racing community. Ubar always doing it in style here. Ubar trying to fend off. Looks like he gets a little wide, gets out to the fence there. Albie's got to check up just a little bit, make sure not to get into him. And here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Early chiming in, #1 fan. Lightblade is absolutely class driving. He is, yes, he is. He is definitely one on the top of the class tonight, ladies and gentlemen. To see this battle right now, this battle happening for 8th place, ladies and gentlemen, as we see Ubar and Aussie battle these as we come to lap 11 out of 18, ladies and gentlemen. 8 laps or 7 laps remain here as we see Aussie get a little sideways and go side by side here beside Ubar. Let's see if they can make it stick coming up through this section, this cut in the stone here. Let's see if they can make it happen. Looks like Aussie is able to get around Ubar as Ubar backs off just a little bit to let him go by. Great driving by both of these guys. Now the 77 has taken the lead, but I don't think our Flying Dutchman is going to let him go by that easy. Looks like Aussie puts a little bit of space in between him. Aussie's on a mission tonight. Been racing with him here the last couple days, trying to get the feel for the track, and some of these guys having a lot of fun here tonight in this car track selection. Try to keep it funky, try to keep it freaky, try to keep it fun for everybody on Thursday nights. Next Thursday night, I think we're going to go a little bit faster. Going to try some circuit racing, I think. Haven't quite picked a car in the track, but it's going to be absolutely fun and exciting. It's going to be something unique, something fun, something we don't normally do every day, but I'm sure somebody out there has a setup for it. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Next week we're going to be it's going to be absolutely fun. Don't know what the tracker car is going to be. I think we might throw it out to the community this week and see what they have to vote on. Right now, keeping an eye on Aussie Albie up to 8th place. You see him just taking it away from Ubar as they go to battle here. Let's keep an eye on Felecki. Felecki right now 4 seconds out in front of Lightblade. Not sure what Lightblade's doing. I'm not sure if Felecki pitted or not. I think he may have pitted. He may have pitted, so Lightblade may have his work cut out for him. The console is currently 13 seconds behind these guys Lost a little bit of time. Not sure what's going on with the console here, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 12 out of 18. 6 laps remain here. These guys are going to be glad to get rid of this track and car combination. I'm sure their arms are tired and their foots are sore from keeping the hammer down all the time around here. Switching back and forth for heel and toe in here. This is a great track to heel toe on, especially with these cars. These cars are a lot of fun to ride around here. You see Lightblade coming around the corner right now. Currently 3.9 seconds in behind Felecki. Keep an eye on these guys. Here's some revving going on here. Felecki on the rev limiter. The Lightblade coming in right behind him now. 3.6 seconds in behind. Made up a little bit of time coming up over the hill. We got the console and Murphy now. You can see the Murphy back to 4th place after hitting the fence and spinning it there. Currently behind the console right now. About 5 seconds now in behind the console. It's going to may turn into be a good battle here. 6 laps remain here, so not going to sure if they're going to be able to catch up with them or not. These guys are having a lot of fun here. If you guys are interested, like I said, I was telling you about some of the series here. Sunday nights we do our GT3 series. GT3 is very, very popular in the league. We got a lot of fast guys, a lot of aliens in there. These guys are putting times in that I can't even compete with, so that's always broadcasted by our very own Andy WFC. Great broadcaster, phenomenal broadcaster, does an absolutely great job every Sunday evening. Everybody looks forward to hearing that broadcast and watching them guys go around the track. Mondays are the nights off, kind of regroup, do some league stuff. A lot of community races. I'll get out there, do some ovals, do some circuits, bunch of favorite stuff. Tuesday nights we do the touring car series. That is the touring cars, which are the Formula Renaults and the BMWs, and then we have our touring car class 2, which is the Clio Cups, and it's really competitive in the Clio Cups. There's a lot of talk in the Clio Cup division here. We're thinking about making some big changes, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday night, you're watching it live with me, Kenbo76, bringing you all the live action on track here. Bannochbrae circuit tonight with the 1972 Ford Escort RS 1600s. And what we try to do is mix it up. Different cars, different tracks. Normally stuff you wouldn't see in an everyday lobby. You have your guys out there who like to do some random stuff, but I like to try to just mix it up within the community here and keep these guys just mixing up, just enjoying the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's really what it's all about. And then Friday nights we have our Ginetta GT5 Super Cup Challenge, which is also really fun and also very competitive right now. The console is leading the points in that series. And Bowie is making a way through the rankings, but we're getting reports that Bowie's not going to be able to make it for at least one, if maybe the last 2 races. So unfortunate for him. Came up through the ranks here and had a great time. So stay tuned tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested, tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. GMT. All of our races take place at 8 p.m. GMT. As you see, Felecki now coming up on lap traffic. Looks like he cleanly gets around. The console now is also going to be coming up on, or Lightblade, I'm sorry, is also going to be coming up on lap traffic, so they got to be careful. Looks like Old Smokey's getting out of the way. Is that if that's Old Smokey? I'm not sure who that was. CMC, yeah, CMC doing a great job getting out of the way here. As we see Lightblade making up all kind of time on Felecki right now, only 2.5 seconds behind him. Back, ladies and gentlemen. I had to go off mic there for a second. Thank you guys for hanging in. Thank you for tuning in. Trying to bring you some all the best angles and all the best views here at this track right now. Keeping an eye on this battle heating up between Lightblade and Felecki right now. We know Lightblade has pitted. We're pretty sure Felecki has pitted as well. Tuggy Bear was leading this race. Looks like he got in all sorts of trouble. Currently right now running 6th place, and not sure what happened to Tuggy Bear, but good to see him running out front for a little while here. Lightblade currently closing this gap. Let's go on board with Lightblade here and give you a different view here. I have to find my lighter, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure where my lighter went. Get rid of this interface and keep an eye on this battle here as Lightblade continues to reel in Felecki, and this is going to be an absolutely great battle. And we know Lightblade is really fast in these cars. Currently about 2.5 seconds in behind these guys as he comes across the start-finish line here, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 14 out of 18, 4 laps to go. Riding on board with Lightblade, coming across the start-finish line into turn 1, trying to close that gap between him and Felecki. Riding on board with him down through the gears, really close to the mountain there, down to 3rd gear. back to the outside, trying to stay off that dirt, and they're going to cut it hard to the inside here. Lightblade knows how to get around this track. Was doing some practice with him earlier. Doing a really great job. This is a little tricky section here. You lose the front end. You can see the front end. You can hear the tires hit the ground like an airplane touching down once again. And he after to come across that bridge hard in this braking zone. We've seen Lightblade do it last time. He got a wide entry to this corner. My entry's a little bit more conservative than his is, but he goes way out wide and dives away on the inside. Looks like he made up some time on Felecki right now, riding on board with Lightblade. As you can see the lock to the right. Keep an eye out, ladies and gentlemen. You may see a mythical monster peek his head out of there underneath that sailboat as we come by the lock here. And then back up underneath the track here, underneath this big stone arch bridge. You see Lightblade now. Looks like he's making up a little bit of time off Felecki coming up. You see him leave the ground one more time coming up over. And like I said, they lose the front end coming across there. You got to aim your car just right. If not, you'll be in all sorts of trouble. We've seen guys doing it tonight here. Lightblade off the throttle just a little bit, not too much on the brakes, and you see him make up a ton of time on Felecki here. 4 laps remain in this section, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes around the corner, making as much horsepower as he possibly can up through the chicane here, cuts it wide, takes everything he possibly can to try to get as much speed, to try to catch up to Felecki. This is the battle for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Felecki out front, Lightblade in second. You can see the mountains all the way in the back. I was racing with a guy yesterday that said there's a legend that there's the sleeping giants in those mountains, and they just went to sleep and the mountains grew out around them. Not sure if it's true or not, but it's very interesting. If you look at them hard enough, they do kind of look like giants, but I don't know, use your imagination. Keeping an eye on Lightblade here in second place, right along with him. You see him leave. Oh no, not so conservative there, off the throttle a little bit. We see a lot of guys going full throttle across there. That may have paid out for him a little bit. He was able to regain control and not lose them tires as he's making up time on Felecki. Laps are winding down here, ladies and gentlemen. 3 laps to go as it go back to the interface. Currently 1.8 seconds off the lead, keeping an eye on this battle here between Felecki and Lightblade. Getting reports from Albie's camp, said he's not sure if he's going to make it to the end of the race. Let's see what he's up to right now. Let's go back to the track here, track side, and see what he's up to here. Looks like he's coming around the end of the lock and starting up underneath that giant stone arch bridge there, the one that they end up going over here. Not sure what's going on with him. He's got 19.1 liters of fuel left, but we're not sure if he's going to make it due to engine damage. He's got to nurse that engine back around. May have to make a second pit stop here. Keep an eye on what Albie's going on here right now. Let's see what Lightblade's up to. Lightblade currently 2.1 seconds off the lead. Lost a little bit of time there. Not sure where he lost it, but you can see Felecki now leaving the picture on the bottom screen. And you see Lightblade closing in. Both of these guys are now in the same camera frame, which is going to lead up to some great racing here. Riding along in the chopper cam, you can see Lightblade in that number 52 blue and white Ford Escort doing everything he possibly can to reel in Felecki out in front here. Felecki doing a good job of keeping that distance between him and Lightblade as these guys pill away from the lock up underneath the Stone Arch Bridge. One more to lap 15 out of 18. 3 more times around this track, ladies and gentlemen. Guys continuing to drop out. Not having, I don't know if it's connection issues or what it is. Down to 10 guys, ladies and gentlemen. Down to 10 guys here. DJ Phil all the way in the back here. You got Lightblade right now chasing Felecki. Made up a bunch of time last time through that section. Looks like he did one more time here. And now looks like he gets on the curb. He's going to lose a little bit of time. You're looking at the timings on the left-hand side of the screen now. 2.4, 2.5, 2.6 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. So lost a lot of time coming up through that section. Hit that curb, and like I mentioned earlier, if you hit that curb, that thing will spin your car around in a second here. Felecki now. Felecki doing a good job of sending it sideways, coming down through the corkscrew, having a great time in his Ford Escort, putting distance in, gets a little bit sideways, looks like he hits the curb, and now Lightblade able to recover a little bit of time that he lost there in that earlier section. Now 1.8 seconds now behind the leader. As you see these guys leave the planet Earth and then bounce back on the track. Looks like they're on a trampoline as they come back across the track here. Coming up on lap 16, ladies and gentlemen. Then the end of lap 15 here, coming up on lap 16. Felecki has the lead. Lightblade's making gains and then losing them a little bit. We're going to try to see where he's making up and losing time on the track here, as we're seeing Lightblade now chasing down Felecki. Felecki in the front right now. Let's get rid of the interface. Felecki in that number 10 black and white Ford Escort. And you see Lightblade coming across the start-finish line here. Second place as they come into turn one. Off the throttle a little bit. Lightblade's going to try to do everything he can to make up as much time coming through that section. Looks like he does. Stays off of the fence. Back to Murphy here. Murphy now back. Oh, I didn't mean to go to Murphy. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Bad camera guy. Got to fire the camera angle here. Felecki now, got to fire the camera guy. I'm sorry. Doesn't know what he's doing here. Felecki currently in the lead. You see Lightblade in second place right now. And go back to Felecki. I'm trying to get rid of the interface here. You see these guys coming up on traffic here. Looks like, not sure who they're coming up on. Looks like it may be CMC. No, it may be... not sure who that is. But anyway, Felecki now out around that lap traffic. Lightblade also getting around that lap traffic. Good job by these guys as they go around. Looks like it may be DJ Phil. DJ Phil doing a good job getting out of the way there. So Lightblade currently 1.5 seconds. He needs to make up 1.5 seconds on Felecki here. Felecki's not going to make it easy for him as the laps are winding down. 2 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Bannochbrae Road Circuit. Now, I want to mention a couple things here within the Rubbings Racing community as we keep an eye on this battle here. We have another Hot Lap Challenge this week, ladies and gentlemen. The Hot Lap Challenge has become pretty popular, and what the Hot Lap Challenge is, Demoby is one of our stewards here. He takes the random car, random track, lets it up for a week, and has the community just go head-to-head to see who can set the fastest times. And this week here, we are doing the Ferrari 288 GTO at California Highway, Stage 1. Some of the leaders right now, currently right now, Bowie is setting the pace at a 33 or a 313.3, and Demoby is setting second right now at 314.9. So it's the Ferrari GTO at the California Highway Stage 1, and that's running from the 3rd of January to the 10th of February. So or I'm sorry, yeah, you guys know what I mean. Figure it out. It's running for a week. Anyway, if you guys want to get involved in that, it's great fun. A lot of bragging rights going on in there too. And we have another event coming up here in the Rubbings Racing Leaders to see Lightblade take the lead away from Felecki. I was too busy reading that information. Not sure what happened, but side-by-side action here as the laps are winding down, ladies and gentlemen. Coming across the start-finish line, lap 17, side-by-side as these two guys race here. Felecki to the outside, Lightblade to the inside. Let's see if these guys can go and make it polite and be gentlemanlike coming through this corner here. Let's see, it looks like Lightblade backs off a little bit, try to get the advantage. Both of these guys out into the dirt. Lightblade had a taste of the lead. Now surrenders it back to Felecki, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 17 out of 9, or 17 out of 18. 2 laps to go here as Felecki regains the lead from Lightblade right now. And we have another big thing coming up here in the Rubbings Racing League. It's something in the making here, and what it is a driver's academy. What we're going to do is get these guys involved. We see Felecki get into the dirt. Not sure what happened there. Look down for 1 second off of the action. Lightblade taking command of the race one more time. What is going on in Felecki's car? Not sure what's happening. But, man, that's unfortunate for Felecki now. He's got to make up that deficit. 2.4 seconds back to Lightblade. Not sure if he's going to be able to make that up here. Let's go back here and see if there's any battles happening on track. Looks like everybody's pretty much evened out here. CMC F1 having a good time tonight, chiming in. Don't get to race it in very often. We've got a car sitting on track here. Got to be careful here. Looks like it might be Ubar trying to let traffic go by. Either that or Aussie. Is that Aussie? No, Aussie going by. Ubar gets it going again up underneath the arches. Good job by Ubar letting these guys go by. Way down. 2 minutes and 36 seconds off of the lead, but still having a great time tonight. Good to have Ubar in the room. Lightblade regaining the lead here. I want to mention we have a driver's academy, which is called the Race Room, and it's going to be starting up here pretty soon. And what it is to get drivers in who are struggling on track. We're going to have to be invited in, and it's a one-on-one session or a class-setting session here. I don't have all the details, but stay tuned to that, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be headed up by Lightblade. I believe Tuggy Bear is involved in that. So Lightblade came to us. Looks like he gets on the bridge there and allowing Felecki to catch up. Let's see if Felecki's down back to full speed. Catch go within 2.5 seconds of Lightblade. Let's see if Felecki can do anything in his final lap with Lightblade here. A lot of things on the line here. Currently 2.5 seconds off the lead. Doesn't know if he's going to be able to do anything. You see him come flying across that jump. So try not to lose my composure, but it's just so funny watching these little cars get airborne. Felecki into the wall again. Lightblade now in command of the race right now. We're going to go with a victory lap with Lightblade unless I see another battle happening on track. I want to thank everybody for being involved. Thank you everybody for sticking around. It's been a grueling race here around Bannochbrae, something we don't normally do, but it's get out here and just kind of refresh and have fun with the race here. So thanks, like I said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Final lap, ladies and gentlemen, Lightblade in command one more time. Our sprint race feature, looking to make it a back-to-back win, and Lightblade doing a great job tonight. Got a lot of guys chiming in. Jason Hurley one more time saying kudos, Lightblade. The console had to retire, said my little engine decided it had enough. Unfortunate for the console. Had a great race there, but just didn't put enough tape, just didn't have enough tape off of it here. 6.2 liters left in Lightblade's car. Let's go back here and see what Felecki's got. 4.7, so these guys should be able to make it around one more time. Felecki closing in a little bit, got within almost 1.8 seconds here, but don't think we're going to be able to do anything with Lightblade right now. Doing a great job. Congratulations to Lightblade for coming up through the pack. Congratulations to Lightblade for winning our sprint race. Had a great race, did it in style here, and once again showing that he's coming up through the RubbingsRacing ranking, coming up through earning the respect in the league here, showing how it's done here tonight at the Bannochbrae Road Circus. He had a road circuit in the 1972 Ford Escort RS 1600. Good run by him here tonight. Like I said, he's going to be in charge of the driver's room and the driver's, kind of like driver's education, race room kind of thing, instructional kind of thing. It's going to be a great thing. It's in the works. It's in the making. Stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. We have some of the fastest guys in the league getting involved in that to share their pro tips and to make you faster and to help get you faster and compete at some of the higher levels here at RubbingsRacing. We have all kind of levels. We have some really, really fast guys and some slower guys, middle of the pack guys. I'm that guy there. I'm a middle of the pack kind of guy. I just like getting out there and rubbing and racing with these guys here. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, to our Thursday Night Lights edition. This is our 19th edition of Thursday Night Lights. I haven't said it once. I haven't said it right once tonight. I've been trying to rehearse it all day. This is our 19th edition of Thursday Night Lights as Lightblade goes airborne for the last time as he comes across the bridge here. Congratulations to Lightblade as he comes across the line here, flashing his lights, has his hand out the window, waving the Union Jack. Here comes Lightblade. Coming down to the start-finish line with Felecki in tow right now. Had a good battle going on here. Felecki got a little out of sorts. Lightblade took over the lead. Felecki back to the lead, and then Lightblade taking it in style. Coming across the line. Congratulations to Lightblade doing it in style at number 52. Coming across the line first. Felecki coming in second place. Congratulations to these two guys here. 28 seconds back to Murphy. Murphy doing a good job coming in third place, even though he's way off the pace of the leader. Still got to be happy about a third place finish. Consistency always wins races, and it looks like he's been pretty consistent tonight. A lot of these guys are getting a little sideways here. Ubar, you see him get into the guardrail there a little bit, trying to manhandle these little Ford Escorts as they come across the line. Good job by Murphy coming across the line, third place. Good to see him on track tonight, getting out from doing all the business work of RubbingsRacing, getting out on track. Lecky had a good race tonight. Don't know what happened. Got tied up a little bit here as he comes around the corner here. You can see looks like DJ Phil coming in behind him here. DJ Phil currently running in 10th place. I want to thank Lecky for showing up tonight, having a good time, testing out that T500, doing a great job there. See DJ Phil coming in behind him. Currently running 10th right now, coming across the line. Where's Tro at? Tro looks like he's still up on top of the mountain there. He's got his windshield wipers on. Looks like a cow might have peed on his window coming across the top there, and them high crosswinds here. Tro coming across, coming down through the corkscrew here in 5th place right now. You see Tuggy Bear was leading the race for quite some time. Come into the pit and then just went south from there. Keeping an eye on Tro as he's coming down the hill, winding it up for the final jump here. Here he comes across the line. Woo! Put your hands up, everybody. Here they come. Here comes Tuggy now across the line past the cows. You see the cows? They don't even care. Cows don't even care that they got little Ford Escorts jumping in the background here. Tro coming across the line in 5th place as he comes up to the start-finish line. Good to have him on board tonight. Always good to have him on board. See Tuggy Bear coming across the line in 6th place right now. Aussie Albie. Wasn't sure if he's going to be able to make it happen. Got a late invite here. Sent out some invites. Didn't get any responses back. Got him in here. Aussie coming in. 8th or 7th place. Good to have him in. Was able to make the engine work. You can hear the valves in there beating off the head. So just barely 98 damage, he said. Just smoking across the line. Good to have him on board tonight. Ubar coming across the line in 8th. And that is the race, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to congratulate Lightblade on his win. Falecki for a great drive there towards the end. Unable to hold off Lightblade. Muff Dog coming in 3rd place there. Had a great race in the sprint and then ended up getting turned around a little bit in the feature race. Lecky 4th. Tro coming in 5th. Good running by him. Tuggy Bear led the race for a little bit. Coming in 6th there. Aussie Albie, Ubar, CMC, DJ Phil, the console, Old Smokey wrapping out the top 12 there. These guys had an absolutely phenomenal race. I want to thank all these guys for tuning in. I want to thank all these guys for showing up tonight, giving us their time. I want to thank all the viewers for tuning in. Thank you guys for getting involved with the racers. These guys love it, and we love when you guys tune in to the race here. For everybody here at Rubbings Racing, thank you guys for tuning in. God bless, and good night.